Hey everybody, welcome to Chapter 7, Lesson 2 on the Great Migration. I'm Mr. Penka.
Yes, he is.
Still am.
And I'm the other guy.
We know about Reconstruction in the South and how it went badly and ended in Jim Crow. This is a time when the African Americans who are living in that part of the South are getting out of there, moving west, moving north to all those cities where jobs are waiting for them, thanks to industrialization and jobs and
they're being told by the people who move up there, come on up.
Yep.
It's better than the South. It's not perfect, but come on up and get a job.
This is part of that migration from rural to urban areas. What?
Yes, it is.
That was a guy there.
Yeah. I didn't know why he was in there first.
He's in there. So this is at around 1900, and we see that the growth from 1900, the largest cities are Baltimore,
District of Columbia,
and New Orleans, where they have African American populations,
percentage.
and Philadelphia. So most of these cities that have a large African American percentage are in the South, and that's going to change with the Great Migration.
Especially, you don't normally think of D.C. and Baltimore as the South, but it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the in-between places.
So all those yellow ones are southern cities, and their population is going to go down. So here we are in 1940, just before we get into World War II, and now we have the African American population has increased, and the number one place where they are populated is New York, followed by Chicago and Philadelphia, then District of Columbia.
We're back, yes.
So Baltimore is still holding down.
Detroit. Up there for cars.
I should have made that a green line. But anyway, so these are the
Birmingham.
they have moved to northern cities. So only a few of them are southern populations.
But things still weren't perfect in those northern cities,
Yeah,
which we'll learn about later.
But you this should be a broken record by now. You should realize that there are jobs up in these cities thanks to industrialization, specialized industries. Immigrants are coming here, migrant workers, and from the South are coming. So again, Chicago that has a meatpacking industry. Detroit has the automobiles
Philadelphia has the losing sports team
and
industry.
cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
New York City,
Subs.
England, textiles.
Cheesesteaks. Is D.C. known for anything besides corrupt politicians?
We crank them out. We crank them out, baby. Toledo, famous for hot dogs.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
That was important.
They're
Thank you.
migrating.
They're migrating.
They're migrating. This is the Great Migration.
Oh, now I get it.
So,
the
write these down.
20th century.
In the early 20th century, African Americans moved from southern to northern and western cities. Remember that large reasons for expansion? Part of that is escape from slavery.
Yep.
And the end of slavery.
And they're leaving those poor jobs like sharecroppers in the South, moving up north.
6 million African Americans between 1910 and 1970. And they moved because jobs were scarce and low paying in the South.
Kind of like being a teacher.
By the way, we're recommending that you do emphasize these first letters.
I
So there's no money in the South, jobs are scarce, that's why they're moving up north. I am
agriculture.
So
No, that's not it.
So in the South is mostly an agricultural place. That's why in a time of industrialization, the jobs will be up in the north. So you've learned about jobs in the cities. Now we're learning that the jobs are in the northern cities. Jobs are scarce, low paying in the South. Didn't I say that? Yeah, I did. And there are opportunities for employment were better in the North and Midwest cities.
I'm
That's kind of a,
I'm curly, saintly.
in my opinion, IMO.
Opportunities for employment better in the North and Midwest. Didn't you just say that?
In fact, they were better in the North and Midwest cities.
I've heard that. Because they were worse in the southern cities.
Almost like there was no industry happening down there.
Oh.
Almost like some kind of war had happened really down there.
Is the opposite of industry out the street?
Congress progress.
Wow.
This is going on forever. Man, would you hurry up and write this stuff, guys? What is taking you so long?
I don't know.
Like you there.
IMO.
Hurry up.
Oh, John. Jobs. Oh, I got it. Jobs. Gawk.
Good. Good jobs.
Jobs. Goo.
Jobs.
Violence and discrimination.
Now, there was still violence and discrimination. There was violence and discrimination in the South. That's a good reason to leave.
Duh.
No. I can stay if there's no job if I love this place. So remember that little drawing depicting that life could be seen as actually much worse than slavery. Now, you should not go around saying that slavery was the good old days. Slavery, evil. KKK and terrorism, evil. But yeah, there's violence and discrimination in the South. So that,
what about the North?
That may sound like up north. Hey, no violence up there. That wouldn't be true. That wouldn't be true. But I'm waiting on you guys to finish this. Hurry up, would you? Violence and discrimination we're facing in the South.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was faced in the South.
Sure was.
Yeah, but what about the North?
All right. And evil treatment would also happen in the North and in the Midwest.
For example?
Segregation, discrimination, job discrimination, work discrimination, employment discrimination even, housing discrimination, food discrimination,
cats,
pet owning discrimination.
There are a lot of things.
Civic discrimination, like voting.
Not voting discrimination?
Yeah, not voting.
So what about...
how about a map?
How about a map?
Here's a map.
That's the map. That's the map. That's the map.
Arrows going north.
Wow.
Yeah, there they are.
Is that where the people were moving to?
That's where they're going to. That's where the arrows lead.
New York.
If you find the arrow,
Pittsburgh.
follow the arrow to
Detroit. Chicago.
St. Louis.
The fuse will be lit in the summer of 1919. Chicago. There's no official segregation, but it's everywhere. Even on the beaches of Lake Michigan. Whites refuse to sell their houses to blacks. Homeowners in Hyde Park and Kenwood hold a meeting.
The Negro invasion of the district is the worst calamity that has struck the city.
Property owners should be notified to stand together block by block to prevent such invasion.
Sunday, July 27th, a day that will be etched in history. 17-year-old Eugene Williams skips church with some friends to go for a swim. John Harris is with them.
We could swim underwater and dive and come up. Swim, kick, dive, and play around.
A group of black men wander over to the white beach. They are not welcome.
Don't you come near me like that.
Eugene's raft is also drifting in that direction. It can only spell trouble. July 1919. On a beach in Chicago, tensions are rising. A white bather throws rocks. John Harris thinks it's a game.
He'd take a rock and throw it, and we'd dunk. One fellow would say, "Look out," and we would duck it.
But it's no game. This is racial tension transplanted to city life. time they get Eugene Williams back to the beach, he's dead. The police officer on duty is Daniel Callahan. He refuses to arrest the white man who threw the fatal rock. But arrests a black man instead. This is how the Chicago race riot of 1919 begins. Eight bloody days, 500 wounded, 38 die, 23 of them black. But the violence is just beginning. Riots erupt in 24 more cities across America. It's called the Red Summer.